my own creation. I choose more. I choose great. I choose great. I choose great. You just rewired your brain. You need to stop shaking your brain that keeps you from your amazingness. And that shaking in your brain is called self-talk. And my own. The brain looks stupid. Will it kill me? The saber-toothed tiger. Or how fast can I recognize the pattern? You're about to break the patterns that you once knew. And that's scary. And Jim Rohn's favorite word, until you do it long enough. Here's what I know. It's time for you to dream again. Let's start dreaming. Let's start dreaming. All right. Hey, welcome to, what time is it? It is Wednesday, August 26th, 2026. Yeah, we lost a legend yesterday, right? Dolly Parton. I am sure she is singing some songs where she's at. So today the conversation is, do you know where they are? Right? Do you know where they are? That's the question that when I ask people, I've been mentoring some people over the course of the last few weeks, some new people that I've met. A company I'm doing some consulting with, and we've had some one-on-ones, and the challenges are when I ask them about their prospects, they seem to have similar answers. Do they want more? Yes, they want more. How much more do they want? Well, they want a lot more. We've never really clarified or qualified or created any expectation, right? The challenge that network marketing has, the side hustle business has, is that it puts people into a place they don't want to admit they're in. You can't, right? You can't fake success. You can't fake your current status. It's a reality, right? Who you are speaks so loud, I don't need to hear the words coming out of your mouth. So this frequency, this energy that people have that says, well, no, I'm okay. I'm doing good. I'm this, that, or the other. I got to tell you, it is an unheard audible by a prospect, by somebody who's looking to you for hope, that they fear that they need to be hiding themselves because of the way we hide ourselves. So that's the conversation for today. Do you know where your prospect is at? What do you do to find out where they're plugging in their GPS? They want to plug in your success. Every mentor, every mastermind, every conversation I had about goal setting and goal achieving is you've got to get very clear on where you are. You got to get a very clear starting point, right? Napoleon Hill's definite major purpose. You got to start off where you are exactly, got to give it a particular, he focused a lot on income as the target. And it was never, and here's the thing, anybody who's ever set a target income and then went and paid the price was rewarded tenfold. They created more income than they ever thought possible. They had more success than they ever thought possible. Their results were always bigger than the goal because they decided to pay the price. And then this comes down to what Wayne Dyer and Wallace D. Wattles would say. It's not about doing certain things. It's about doing things in a certain way. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. So, question for you today, how can I be of service? What is it that you're looking, what is that thing that you wish you could do better today? Today, not tomorrow, not next week from now, not I'll go buy another book. What's the thing? So it doesn't hurt to ask. When somebody says they want to show up in your business, when somebody says they want to be a part of your company, ask them, what do they hope to accomplish with you and your business model that they couldn't have accomplished on their own? See, when you ask that question, that puts them in the hallway. They've got to decide, they got to come to grips that they're in a hallway. They're in a place between wanting something and arriving at it. And what they're asking you to do is to show up and say, help me get out of this hallway. Now, the second you give them a back office to go look at, you give them some product information to go look at, they scamper off, they scurry off, they run off into their trying room. I'm going to go try to learn this. I'm going to go try to be better at this. I'm going to go try to fill in the blank. I'm going to go try to delay my success. Now, I don't know that there's ever been one person who said, I'm going to try to delay my success. We've got to get them really clear on what they want. They say they want money. It's never the money. It's never the money. It's what the money can turn into. The challenge is that if we're going to turn money into something, we're going to turn it into a new car. We're going to turn it into better weight loss. We're going to turn it into better sleep. Right? You buy a mattress so you can sleep well. You don't just buy a mattress to buy a mattress. You buy a mattress so you can sleep well. You pay to sleep well. You buy weight loss products to get skinny. There's always this thing, and the reason most people regain their weight is because they haven't come up with a story to keep the weight off. They can't deal with all of the recognition. Oh my God, you look so good. You look so great. It's so awesome. You look so good. So they wind up with all of these challenges. So now the question becomes, what is it that you want? What do you want? What's the thing that's distracting you? What's the thing that's keeping you off of your game? What do you want? And then the question I have for you is, what do you want? And what's the price you're going to pay? And how long will you pay the price? I'd learned the word from Jim Rohn, until. That's the challenge today in today's social media, fast-paced society. We don't hang in there long enough. And if we don't hang in there long enough, it's definitely going to be hard to get somebody else to hang in there long enough, because we can't lead by example. So questions, comments, thoughts. What can I do to help you grow your business on this day? What is the skill that you need? And you've heard people use the thing, ask 7 layers deep, right? You really don't get to this anything meaningful unless you're 2 or 3 questions in on where they say they are. Where are you? Well, what got you there? What made you want to, what's keeping you there? Have you ever asked anybody what's keeping you there? The only reason they want to get out of there is because they've been there for too long. When you're little and your baby wants to be in the water, play in the water, and they're playing in the water, whether it's the bathtub or the lake or the ocean, you go, you got to get out. Look at your fingers. Your fingers are all wrinkly. There's indicators all the time that we've been somewhere for too long. You go to Miami and you see that one woman who's at the condo, and she looks like a piece of leather, piece of worn leather, right? She's been in the sun way too long. Yeah. So where have you been way too long? Well, I've been stuck. Well, here's the challenge. That stuck, wherever your stuck is, has kept you safe. Didn't say it kept you out of pain. I said it kept you safe. You need to hear that. Because when you go down the hallway to get out of the hallway, this idea, so I heard this story yesterday, and I won't get the names right yet because they're names from 168 BC, 168 BC.
There was this Syrian king who had his army and he was in charge of everything. And a Roman envoy, one man, this envoy came to meet with this king. Now, from Rome. Rome had just defeated a couple of months back, had just decimated a particular land. So when they say that we're going to do something, it was easily believable. And the Roman envoy handed this letter, handed an envelope to this king who had his army with him, thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of warriors. And one man came and handed an envelope. And it was saying, leave this area, leave this land, go back to your home country. A message from Rome. And the king looked at the papers and he said, well, let me get the advice of my council. The envoy, the gentleman, took a stick, a vine that he was a walking stick that he had, and he drew a circle around this king. He said, I want your answer before you leave the circle. And he stood there for a little bit. And without advice of counsel, without having to ask anyone else, he left. He said, we will leave. The envoy from Rome went back. The king left that land that he was wanting to conquer and take. Why? The names add some character and some flair to it. The thing I want you to pay attention to is that a circle was drawn around this man of power. And he was given an ultimatum. I want your answer before you leave the circle. Either way is fine. Why was one man with a piece of paper and a stick able to have more power, more influence than a man with his 10,000 man army? Many of us are in the circle right now. And the guard that's at the end of the hallway doesn't really want to even stop you at the door. The guard is just looking at the circle. Have you stepped out? Have you made a decision to step out of your circle? Have you made a decision to step out of your comfort zone? Have you made a decision to step out of your hallway? Have you made a decision to step out of your pain that you're currently in? It's all the guard is asking. It's not there to fight you. Your success is not there to fight you. Your success is not there to belittle you. Your success is not there to make you weak. Your success is not there to keep you in pain. Is it? Have you ever asked yourself, what do I get? What do I receive? What do I have when I take the next step? See, if you can't answer that, how in the Hades is your prospect supposed to answer that? Supposed to even be aware of that? One of the biggest, I don't know, it's probably not the right word. One of the biggest crimes I see in this profession is that term ignorance on fire versus knowledge on ice. Are we supposed to go through life ignorant? Haphazard, trying all new things? The reason ignorance on fire works, maybe they want us ignorantly on fire so we don't learn the process. Because knowledge on ice, it's not knowledge, it's repetition. We start repeating the same thing. We start repeating distraction. We start repeating procrastination. We start repeating perfection. Nobody stalls on their way to success unless they have a pattern in place. Think about it. Do you know anybody who's still trying to learn how to ride a bike for the last 40 years? Hang on, trying to ride a bike, meaning they have one and they've never rode it. They try it once a year. They tried it 5 years ago. What does it take to saddle up your success and ride out to where it is? What's that phrase? The safest place for a boat is at port, yet boats weren't made to stay in port. You were made to be on the front lines. You were made to use your greatness. I think social media has kicked us into such a level of comparison that we've got 1,001 answers of why we're not good enough. And all we need is the one that says we're good enough. I don't know, maybe it's me. I don't hear people talking about whys anymore. I hear them talking about algorithms. I don't hear people talking about what's your desire. I hear them talking about how are you using AI? Funny, with 26 letters, you can create anything in the world you want. In English, 26 letters. Have you written down this morning what you wanted? Oh, I don't have time for that. Jim Rohn would say that's a clue. Have you done your 10 blessings this morning of gratitude to shift your body's frequency, shift your body's energy to get you into a frequency of receiving? Well, I tried that for a while. How's that working for you? Questions, comments, thoughts? I've been talking for way too long. What can I do to help you grow your business today? Now, there's only 2 reasons why you'd not have a question. 1, you really haven't thought about it. Or 2, you're embarrassed that you got to ask the question for the second time, or the 22nd time, or the 102nd time. I would say, don't let that be the excuse to keep you from what you want. Type it in the chat. Doesn't matter. Questions, comments, thoughts. Because me pontificating, I mean, I like to hear my voice.
Okay, good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Silke.
How can you help me?
What do you want?
I want thousands of business partners now.
Excellent. So you can do it one of 2 ways. Find one person who already has the thousands of partners and collaborate, or find a way to make it easier for them to join you. How can people join you in business?
I'm not sure what you mean by this question. How can people join me in business?
How can people, you said you want thousands of business partners, yes?
Yes.
Awesome. How do they join you?
They just fill out a link and choose. They choose whichever membership they would like to save.
Excellent. How many people have you asked who want to join a membership?
How many have I asked?
Today. How many today will you ask?
I will ask 100 today.
Awesome. And what's going to be your request?
My request is, are you open to an additional stream of income or
That's not
to
what you said
save on your travel?
That's not what you said you wanted.
I wanted business partners.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Then why
okay.
don't you say that?
Are you open to an
No,
additional stream of income?
no, don't ask me if they are. Don't you want business partners?
Well, isn't that what you're supposed to ask?
No, not if what you just said. You want business partners. Do you have to ask business partners, are you looking?
Well, that's what Eric Worre teaches.
Oh, how's that working for you?
Well, it's not working for me too
Okay,
well.
so
I
so
mean,
then
I
let me
have
ask.
business partners, but not as many as I want.
Right. So let me
Or
ask.
okay, I have not as many as I want, and I don't have the quality I want because I think sometimes, as you're
So
saying,
then,
it's not
so then the
it's
teaching,
not
hang on. So we don't need to keep, don't tell me where you've been, tell me where you're going. So we need to
okay.
get very clear. What you said, the philosophies you're using are not getting you the number that you want or the quality that you want. How
Uh,
crazy do you have to be to keep doing that?
incredibly crazy.
Okay, so then does it matter who said it? I don't care if Mother Teresa said it. If it's not working for you, it's not working.
Is it
Or
working for anyone else?
I don't know. I didn't ask anybody else. I only have the blessings of speaking with you right now.
Okay, well, I'm just curious. Uh, okay, so what we gonna do?
So what do you want? You want business partners.
Yes.
Okay, so what would be a bold business question?
Oh, bold business question. Why are you so broke? No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
not a that's not a business question. That's a philosophy attack.
Okay, so what would be, why don't you help me? That's why I'm here.
Okay, so I want your brain to be able to hear it, because if you hear it and go, that's great. Remember in the very first episode, the two bombs that go off? Oh my God,
Yes.
that's such a good thing. And the second thing comes up, well, I've never done that before and I don't know if it'll ever work. So it's a great thing, but I'll never do it. And so they collide and they suck the air out of the room and you never go do it.
Well, I will try anything
No, don't try.
because
Don't try a thing. Do or don't. There is no trying. Remember, again, I think it was episode 7.
I will do.
The room we hide in our hallway is called the trying room. You all got to send some love to Silka because she's got the cojones of a. She's got just the brass tacks to ask these questions, and she's strong enough to go through them. Now the question is she willing enough to be flexible enough to adjust? I think she is. Here's my point. I'm looking for business partners. Want to be mine?
I love it.
What is everything? Everything else is a distraction. If that's what you want, business partners, talk about, and then you get to talk about business. You don't get to talk about comp plans. You don't get to talk about whether it's a good business or a trending business. I'm looking for business partners. If that's what you want. Now, if you come up with something else, I'll come up with something for that too. You told me what you wanted.
And that's what I want, and I love it, and I'm gonna send that. Exactly.
I'm looking for business partners. I want you to be mine. When do you have 5 minutes? For what? To talk business. Don't talk about what is it to talk business. That's your second response, to talk business. Other than that, they're going to go, oh, she wants me to join her thing or this, that. If you want to talk business, then talk business. Okay, I want to talk business. Great. Let me ask you this. If you were going to open a business, if you were going to partner in a business, if you were going to start a business, would you like it to be a trending business or a business that's declining?
Oh, well, of course you would like it to be a trending business. What the hell
Excellent.
would I do with a business that's declining?
Well, why do so many people lose money in network marketing? Because the business that they're in that's trending, they are in a declining mindset of I'll never make it. Not that the business doesn't make it. There's people who make 100,000 a month, 100,000 a week, 100,000 a
More
year.
than that.
Yeah. And
Hell
so
of a lot more than that.
there's people who make that money and yet they can't make it. So it's not that the business is declining, they're declining. They're in a business model that's declining, and the business model is in their head.
Yes, because I think that's one of the biggest reasons why they never even bother to get started.
Sure. Well, again, because we typically have a tendency when we invite people to get started, they don't know what the hell they're getting started in. Because they're excited and they sign up, we go, yay, and then they get left by the side of the road. So
Okay, so let's finish this thought. So
yep.
wait. Okay, so I asked them that I want to talk about business. So but you said I'm not talking about signing them up. So how would I approach talking about business? Asking them what they want in business?
So you got to clarify, qualify, and create expectation.
Right.
So the ideal business model you are looking for, describe it to me. Well, I don't know. Then you can start to throw out some of your things. Well, let me ask you a few questions to see if they would fit into a business model acceptable to you. Would you like the business model to be trending up in today's economy or trending down? Trending up. Great. Would you like to have a business that's local that would require you to have a storefront or a digital front? What does a digital front mean? An online business, kind of like Walmart Plus online or Amazon online.
Walmart Plus, I love you all. You and Walmart. You give them so much free advertising, they should start paying you.
So all of that to say is that you can make them understand that you are not just this little insignificant somebody doing one of those things. Let me ask you, the business that if you were going to get a distributorship, whether it be for, I don't know, Clausen Pickles or Wonder Bread, if you were going to get a distributorship, would you like the distributorship to be in business for how long? Or do you want to cut your teeth on a startup?
Yeah.
Oh, I would like it. How many years would be enough? 20 years. The business model I have for you doesn't have that right now. Anything else before I go?
Oh my, I have never used that with somebody. Anything else before I go? I may have. That's not true. I may have put it in writing, but I always think people are gonna slap me if I say that.
And if they slap you for saying that, isn't it a good thing you never got into business with them?
I guess so.
I mean, I'm not going to be in business with people I got to walk around thinking, I wonder when they're going to slap me. I wonder what I'm going to say to. If you're not getting into business and you got some tough skin, get out.
No, you are right. Yes, you are right. I agree with that.
We can be kind, we can be gentle. We don't have to, and we can be forgiving. We don't have to be a welcome mat and be walked all over.
And that's what people exactly do. I mean, I see that with some people. They do
Hang
it
on, let's
over.
stay focused. So
Okay,
so what are
I'm
the benefits of your business model? International, you can do business in how many countries right now? 20 countries, 100 countries? I don't know.
170.
Okay, so let me ask you, if you were going to start a business, you probably don't know many people outside of your state. Maybe you do. But if you were going to do a business in today's economy, would you like it to be limited to our borders, or would you like to be able to expand outside our borders?
I would like to expand because the world has gotten smaller.
Excellent. So now let me ask you this. Would you like to be this business to be the true solopreneur? Or would you like to be able to build an organization? Just kind of like any pharmaceutical, like Pfizer has pharmaceutical reps, or GlaxoSmithKline has pharmaceutical reps.
Okay,
Or
we might not want to talk about pharmaceutical things.
doesn't matter.
People are not too keen on that. But yeah, I certainly I would like to build
So who do you think in the profession makes the most money? The consumer or the seller?
Seller, of course.
Excellent. So would you like a business model that would allow you to benefit from both, being a consumer, receiving excellent rewards, and a seller that allows you to create excellent leverage?
Well, both would be certainly
Excellent. In the last 30 days,
excellent.
have you found a business model that meets those criteria?
No.
So would it be fair to say if I showed you something that met every one of those criteria, you probably wouldn't recognize it right off the bat?
Maybe that would be fair to say.
Okay. And if you saw it and it met every one of those, would you believe it? Or would you go, well, that can't be true?
Okay, well, there we go. I would believe it, but would others believe it?
Right. So make believe you said no, I wouldn't believe it.
Okay, no, probably not.
Excellent. So why wouldn't you believe it? Because you didn't create it or because you don't think it's possible?
Because I don't think it's possible.
Excellent. So if it was possible and it's been around for 12 years already, or however old your business is,
13.
would you with 13 years, would you still disbelieve it?
Well, I would. It's been around for 13 years. It has to work at some level.
Well, you would think so. So the question then isn't whether my business model works, it's whether you believe it. So the whole business conversation we're having here today is I want you to be a business partner of mine in something you don't believe. That's going to be kind of tough, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
So would it be okay if I increased your belief in in the business model? Doesn't mean you got to do it. And it doesn't mean that when you see it, you're like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Why couldn't I find this earlier? The question is would you rather find the thing that works exactly like you said now or 2 years from now?
Well, now would be best.
Excellent. When would you have 45 minutes to have a true business conversation to hit the 6 bullet points we just talked about so it could increase your level of belief? Don't need my convincing, it needs your belief.
Okay, tomorrow at 5.
Excellent. Why would you show up?
Because I want to see what it's all about.
Excellent. So at 5:01, should I keep the Zoom open or should I close it?
I'm always punctual.
Okay, but if it's at 5:01, what should I do?
Well, I will be there. So are you going to close it on me?
Well, if you're not there at 5:01, if you're at 5:01, yeah, I'll close it.
Well, why would I not be there?
You tell me. You're the one that hasn't found a business model that's been around for 13 years, and I'm the first one explaining it to you. There's got to be some doubt going. You're going to talk to somebody when they say, I've got a meeting tomorrow at 5 with this German lady, and she's going to show up, and I've seen her online. She's in one of those things, and you're going to quit. You're not going to show up. Or how much do you let other people influence you to your success or to your failure?
You ask all that?
100%. I'm not wasting my time. You've never seen me prospect.
No.
Do you see why I don't have any issues? And it doesn't matter what book said this, that, and the other. I'm talking about psychology. I'm talking about clarity. And I'm talking about it's your problem you're not in this, not my problem to try to get you. It's your problem you're not in network marketing, not mine. Your beliefs have kept you out of this profitable, powerful business, this international industry of success. And you want to tell me I'm stupid? I'm sorry. I found it 25 years ago. You're the one with the problem, not me. I don't say that all out loud.
I was just going to ask you if you're saying all that out loud.
No, but what the question?
But you're thinking that.
The clarity is that you don't have what you want. True or false? You don't have what you want. My question is If you keep doing what you're doing, are you going to have what you want? Evidence says no. So that means you're going to have to do 4 things that will cause absolute chaos. You're going to have to think differently. You're going to have to act differently. You're going to have to do differently. And you're going to have to receive differently. Think a way you've never thought, feel a way you've never felt, act a way you've never acted, do it a way you've never done is a recipe for disaster. How do I know? Because you're in a comfort zone you don't want to be in. You've got to step out. You've got to be bold. You've got to be able to say more. And it's not about doing more. It's about doing less. You said you wanted business partners. How much simpler could it be saying, I'm looking for business partners. Want to be mine?
That's
You got
straightforward. I like it. I mean,
you got 2 answers. No, or what business? We don't need to keep adding more and this, that, and the other.
okay. So if let's say they say what business?
That's about a 5-minute conversation. When do you have 5 minutes? What's the number one thing you want a business to do?
What's the number one thing I want a business to do to make me profits.
Excellent. So what's a typical profit margin for businesses?
Well, it takes. I don't know. I honestly don't know the answer to that.
Here's a good point. You are a wildly intelligent woman. If you aren't aware of it, there's a 99% chance the people you're about to speak to are not either. So Costco operates on a 15% margin.
How do you know that?
Because they publish it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a guess. Most business operate on a 10% profit. Most. My industrial sales business, we had a 40% markup, but our profit was 10%.
What about Walmart?
Walmart operates on about 4%.
Oh, no wonder they pay so bad.
Yeah. Well, the reason they make 4% is because they pay the way they pay. And that's a perfect example. Why do we think Walmart pays so bad? Because people are willing to receive it, period. Walmart doesn't pay bad. For the person that's out of a job, it's a great opportunity. Compared to Costco or New York Stock Exchange, they pay horrible, but that's in comparison. Walmart pays the going rate that somebody will sell their body. That's all. Nothing wrong with that. That's their business model. Don't like it? Don't work there.
No, that's very true. You have a choice. There's many other stores, maybe not where you are located,
There's hundreds of opportunities.
But not where you are. So people take the job.
Yeah, but we also know that people who live in Long Island drive into the city. It's not uncommon up north for people to take a hour-long trip, a 90-minute trip, get on a train for 90 minutes in the morning, on the subway for 45 minutes. And go 45 minutes. 45
but not
minutes
in Arkansas.
No, you can go 45 minutes from here to Conway. There's people who do that every day. Our neighbor across the street, the fire chief in Little Rock, he drives 90 minutes to go to work whenever he works.
Oh, okay. Well, he probably doesn't go every day. So.
Well, but he does his shift. So my point is that if traveling is an issue, how far do you think people will travel in their mind to believe they can have something? That's where the biggest travel is in somebody's mind. It has nothing to do with their car. I saw a friend of ours, 50 years old, had celebrating her 50th birthday, went to Croatia. I can turn 50 in my house. Why would I need to go to Croatia? Because that was important.
Yeah, they wanted an experience.
That was a milestone. So the question then is business. Are you looking for a business or a business experience that will change your life? You just gave me that one when you said experience. Are you looking for a business that or a business that will change your experience.
Well, they have to look for a business that changes the
No, they don't.
experience.
No, they don't.
No, I mean, if they're
Yeah,
going to go for
assume.
some that they don't know.
Yeah, but don't assume.
Okay.
That's the thing. That's where most people wind up losing, is they think the answer is black and white. Absolutely, it would make sense. Don't assume it until they hear it in their own head, till they agree to it. Their old story's running. Their comfort zone is running. And then what happens is whenever they hear you speak about this new business model, like, oh, but I've tried so many things and it failed. That's the guard in their hallway saying, you've never really stepped out of the circle. You've never really come knocked on the door, the exit door, to get out. I'm not trying to keep you in the hallway. I am not protecting the door. I just want to know when you're ready. You come to me and say, I'm ready, I'll open the door. There's no secret code or secret passage. You just have to say, I'm ready. And the next thing I'll ask you is have you stepped out of the circle? Most people beat their chest going, I'm going to be the greatest network marketer. I'm going to sponsor 5,000 people. I'm going to do this. And they never leave the circle. They never move in the hallway. So what's an average business model? So what's the commission your company pays out? 70%, 60%?
85.
85. So let me ask you, if you were to start a Costco at a 15% margin, or another margin that's digital online and pays out an 80% margin, which would you rather? Just with those being on the surface, 15 or 85% profit margin, which would you rather?
Well, 85, of course.
Excellent. Let me ask you, in the last 5 months, how many of those business models have you found? The key that we need to keep reminding them is that they don't know what they're hearing. Because the first time they say, oh, that can't be possible, you're done. And the reason they can't be possible is because they have no experience of finding a business model. They've never looked for it. They didn't know it existed. Because they're in the hallway of their possibilities. And then you come in, knock on their hallway, they let you in their hallway and they say, wow, I could see why you want to leave this. Then they
You haven't decorated yet.
then they start defending their hallway. People don't defend their success, they defend their poverty.
Yeah, yeah. I agree
And
with
we
that.
let them.
How can we stop them?
Excellent. How's that working for you?
No, I have used that with people.
And
sometimes they get angry.
sure. So you haven't asked the first 3 questions. Permission to help, make you uncomfortable, take you out of the uncomfortable feeling. That is a psychological, magical trick of psychology that changes every conversation. And if you're not using that, you will struggle in your conversations.
I always think it doesn't apply to, it only applies to people that are mentors and
No, it applies to
coaches
everybody.
and stuff.
Nope.
Because I always think I'm not making people uncomfortable with my conversation.
Sure you are. They tell you to go jump in a lake all the time. You make them uncomfortable. 100% you make them uncomfortable. Any conversation about change is going to make them uncomfortable. So you don't have to ask the questions, but it's a lot easier to do it with permission than to do it with force. And I got tired of fighting people. Do I have your permission to help? Great. Second question, it's up to you how you answer it. If you answer it, you're going to love question number 3. Question 2 is, do I have your permission to make you a little uncomfortable? And what you'll see is they literally lean in. Please, I'm tired of being in this pain. Yes, make me uncomfortable, which means psychologically they go, well, here's different things. I'm going to be in a different vibration. Great. Third question, do I have your permission to take you out of that uncomfortable feeling? Because I don't think either of us want to stay there. Absolutely. Great. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, listen, remember question number 2? make you a little uncomfortable. How's your current business model working for you? You gave me permission to ask that question. If you're not asking those, you're fighting an uphill battle. I listen, I'm not that good to not use that tool. As good as I am, I'm not that good. Because the psychology of the human mind, when that I've spent 30 years, 40 years in intensive understanding. Their brain is operating at unbelievable speeds. And if you're giving facts and not asking questions, their brain has all the answers to the facts. The brain is a predicting engine, period. That's all you have to understand about the brain. It predicts. And the second it can start to predict to keep itself safe, you're done.
Wow. You're looking at me like,
I'm just saying.
okay, well, let me ask those questions then. Yes,
Sure.
I figured it just simply did not apply to my type of business.
It applies when I'm having conversations with somebody down at the county office talking about property.
You are? You're
100%.
saying that to them?
100%. If I'm wanting to arrive at a place they haven't permitted me to be yet, I'm for sure going to ask them, because it's going to be uncomfortable, because they need to protect their rules. My goal is to find the way the rules work for me, not for them to say they don't work.
So if you say that and they tell you no, then your conversation is done. Then you cannot get your business done at the county office.
No, that doesn't happen. They don't say no.
They don't. They say it's okay for you to make them uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Well, if I was working at the county's office, I would definitely say no.
100%, you wouldn't say no. 100%.
Because I mean, I get paid whether I serve you or not.
Sure, but I just brought you a dozen donuts from the local donut shop. You're never going to say no to donuts.
I see.
It's human nature. How do you be
Okay,
different?
so you left that part out, so because that's a big difference. If I just brought you some and want to make you feel good, then yes, of course. But otherwise, they wouldn't care.
It's called the law of reciprocity. I walk in, I say, hey, listen, how many people have thanked you today for doing this amazing job that most people really wouldn't want to do? Nobody.
You say that.
So I can do that, and I can bring them donuts. Listen, if I want my way, wouldn't I want to grease the skids of the business to make it sure it goes my way?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe you find a little something that's German, and you give everybody a little treat, a little thing. You get known for this thing. I'm known for the donuts. I know May at the Donut Palace. It's called Donut Palace. And I pull up and she goes, hey, good morning, Sean. I go, good morning, May. I need a dozen mixed.
Does she even ask what you want? She says the usual.
She says the usual. She said, do you want big? I said, yep, give me the big ones. So for $20, I walk into City Hall. I walk into wherever it is, Tractor Supply. If I'm looking to get something, I'm going to give first. Why are you expecting them to give before they get?
Haribo macht Kinder froh und Erwachsene ebenso. Have you ever heard that, Sean?
Well, I've seen Haribo. That's the gummies. So the point is that
we need to get you some next time.
What are you giving so that they can give back?
I love it.
The forced law of reciprocity.
Well, it makes sense. You give first, then they're more open to hearing what you need.
Absolutely. And
because they're not getting many gifts.
Right. And the
especially
ultimate
at the county office. They
and
get yelled at maybe.
the ultimate give in network marketing is a place for somebody to grow. Kiyosaki said it 20 years ago. Network marketing is a personal development business model wrapped up in a compensation plan. The ones who make the money are growing personally. The ones who are not growing. End of story, full stop, period. Send the message. So if we are not allowing people to grow, we're going to scare them into personal growth, personal undevelopment, personal success, personal increase in income. We're fighting 1,001 monsters that we think our business model is going to change. And it will. It can. Anybody's business model works. Amway still does billions of dollars. Mary Kay still does billions of dollars. They're not.
Yes, I'm always blown away that they even still in business
Well,
after all these years.
the reason they're in business is because they provide the place for people to have success. Period. Period. That's all anybody wants is
But so do all the, okay, so when you're saying that, and we see a lot of the companies shutting down,
Yep.
are they not providing
I
a
think you
place for
answered.
people to have
Think you
success?
think you answered your own question.
No, I'm asking, you haven't answered yet.
Well, if they shut down,
Yeah,
is
but
it
why? Why are they shutting down? Why are
because
they running out of money? What is it they're doing different?
bad
What is
management?
it?
Bad management.
Yeah.
Period. If I get foreclosed on my house, isn't that I didn't run my house correctly? Or do I complain that the grass grew too fast? It's bad management. Period. Why do relationships, why is divorce 51%? Bad management at home.
Because people rather walk away to something new than to try to fix some. We see that. I mean, I think that's evolved a lot over the years. When you look in the olden days, when you had a
It,
hole, well, but let me
it's the
finish.
same. Go ahead.
Let me finish. If you had a hole in your sock, did you throw the sock away? No, your grandmother stitched up the sock and you
Why not
kept
the
wearing it.
why not the mother? I agree it's the grandmother.
I don't know why not. Why I don't know.
Well,
The grandmother
that's
had nothing better to do because she sit in her chair all
no,
day anyway.
no. That's because she sat in the chair because she had to fix the socks. No reason to stand up and dance while she's fixing socks. Because we became a throwaway society and people throw away their dreams way too fast.
And other people as well. I mean, when you say something, they block you. Have you ever seen that? It's like somebody comes to your door and you slam the door in their face. I mean, we have become, yeah, it's true. Because we have too many options, I think.
Well, we are distracted by options, not too many, because these options have always existed.
Well, no. No, they haven't, because look at
100% they
in
have.
the olden days you could only find a man in your wherever you were in your city, in your village, unless
Well,
you bothered to go out. But
that's
now
why
you
ugly people married ugly people.
and now you have millions of people to choose from, literally, on all the apps and all the social media.
But the thing is that they don't have the same philosophy.
Ugly people married. Oh my God.
And their kids weren't much better. So
That must have been in Arkansas.
no, it wasn't in Arkansas. My point is that if your options are limited, you make
Yeah,
the best of the limited options.
exactly.
Because we have been wired to say no to our dreams.
Yep.
We get to complain, we get to say I tried. I promise you, you held a gun to somebody's head you loved, you'd make The 90-second game we play, you would make everything happen. It's that it's just too easy. We're too comfortable. We live within the most comfortable, and everybody in my listening voice, within listening to my voice, we live in the most comfortable world, 1,000 times better than any king of the 1400s. We're
Yeah,
way too
no, very
comfortable.
true. Well, and I mean, I see this with this business, and it's always pointed out that people in Russia and in Asia will work their ass off in this business, and they find a way to put together the money to get started because they see the value, where in USA they like, I don't have the money, I'm not going to get started.
Well, and here's the thing. In the other countries, they don't say they work their ass off. They just go do it.
Right.
That's what they have to do. Here, we don't have to do that. So we want things that are easy. So 20 years ago, I stopped talking to people who want easy. I started talking to people who want more. That's all. And more is easy. But I stopped talking to people who want it easy. I stopped having easy conversations, right? That's when I came up with the phrase, I'm on a small talk diet. Can we get serious? Because if we get started on Tuesday, you're going to say, so what's the real program? I don't have time to tell you on Tuesday. So is it okay if we just talk about what the real program is right now, right here? And you listen, do me a favor, say no. Great. So you can say that. Say yes. Okay. Which would you rather the end of our conversation be, a no or a yes? A yes. Awesome. Is it okay if I ask you questions to get you to a yes? Awesome. Permission to help, make you uncomfortable, take you out of the uncomfortable feeling. Awesome. It baffles me why we think anybody wants to hear a presentation till they're ready, till they invite me to say, okay, tell me more. All you're doing is giving them fodder to say no, because as soon as the brain recognizes something it doesn't recognize, it shuts down. Oh, I don't have time. I don't have money. And I can't believe people even accept those excuses.
I don't, but yes, most people do. Oh,
Well,
you
you
said
do. Of course you accept those excuses.
no.
Well,
I
you don't
tell
have business people. Why don't you have more business people? You accepted. I don't have money. I don't have time. Can't tell me you know.
okay. So
What you
if
can tell
somebody
me
tells
now.
you they don't have time, what's your response?
Time for
You
what?
to look at your video,
Why would you want to look at my video?
because I wanted to see what your business was about,
Why would you want to see what my business is about?
so I can tell you have no time.
Excellent. Time for what?
Time to do your business.
Excellent. Why would you ever want to do any business?
Well, I already have a business.
That wasn't my question. Why would you want to do any additional business?
I don't.
Oh, excellent. Anything else before I go?
And then you just move on to the next.
Yeah. I mean, who's got rocks for brains if you're trying to convince somebody against their will? Seriously, right? Does that make
Yeah.
any sense?
Oh, I thought Megan, you said you were right.
If it doesn't make any sense, it sure don't make no dollars. So if you want business people, I want you to be a business partner of mine. And you'll probably get a lot of rejection from that. It's a lot easier than saying, I talked to 1,000 people today and everyone said no. What'd they say no to? Well, they didn't want to have a conversation. What were they going to have a conversation about? Did they know that? Well, no. You could pull off bold. I
Yeah.
don't know that I could pull off bold.
You are one of the most boldest people I know.
Yeah, but I like to create an opportunity for somebody to say yes versus them getting scared and saying no. Because they don't know what they're saying no to.
Well, that's always the thing too. They don't even look at the thing and they say no, thank you.
Right.
And
So
what the hell are you saying no to?
exactly.
So how do you stop that?
Well, I've asked people, let me ask you. We've both been around the block a bit. How many great opportunities do you think have slipped by you because you said no to something you didn't fully understand?
That is a good one.
What does that do inside of the brain? Think about what that does inside of the brain. Think that there's people inside of the brain shuffling words and files and perceptions and comprehension and understanding. What do you think that does in the brain if you ask somebody, do you think how many businesses, good profitable businesses, do you think have slipped by you because you said no too early? What does that do inside somebody's brain?
It makes them feel bad.
Well, doesn't it make them understand that there's probably going to be more things that slip by them that they're going to say no to because they didn't fully understand it?
You think?
Wouldn't it? I've missed a lot. I know I've missed a lot. So then my next, they'd probably say, oh, probably a bunch. How many in the future do you think you're going to say no to that would have been good things as well? How many in the future are you going to say no to? I don't know, probably a bunch again. How many do you want to say no to? If they turned out to be the business models, if hindsight was 2020 and you went, damn, I should have done that. How many times would you like to say that in the future? None. Great. Is it okay if I have a conversation with you about a business model you probably don't want to miss? That you're already you're ready to say no to right now. Is it okay if you don't say no for just a little bit? It's about setting the stage. You can go for no. You can do all of the things everybody's telling you to do. My question is, how's that working for you? That's my conversation.
Yes, and it is excellent as always. And my brain is working on overtime to put this all in so I can speak like that. Because even after a year and a half, I'm still not speaking like that. Also, I have improved. As we say, we should improve at least 1% every day.
Yep. So just
My
stop
goal
saying
is to
the
improve.
things that don't work and start saying the things that do.
I'm going to try the bold statement.
Well, I mean, have you ever, when somebody said, "I'm okay," they show up for the meeting. Have you ever said, "How would you like to get started?"
I have said it many times in texting. I have not. I don't think I have said that on a call. No.
On a in a face to face or even in
Okay, so when I'm talking to, I'm getting on on a phone call, and I hate phone calls, and some people still rope me into them.
okay.
Okay, so but this particular lady demanded a phone call. She said she just doesn't have time for Zoom.
Yep.
And but this is for her being a customer because
Yep.
she's not looking at the business, but they travel a lot
Yep.
and they do retreats, so we have the villas and everything.
Yep.
So we were supposed to meet yesterday. She told me, I'm sorry, my partner scheduled things, so I no longer have time, but I'm going to be driving for 6 hours tomorrow so we can talk on the phone. And I told her, well, there was a reason I wanted on the Zoom so I could show you instead of just tell you.
Yep.
And she said, well, I understand. I understand there is value, and I need to see it. And I'm like,
Yep.
thinking, okay, but she just told me she's not gonna get on a Zoom so I can show her. She wants to talk on the phone. So how am I gonna tell her on the phone that I mean, I can, yeah. How would you handle that?
Excellent. Do you know what savings looks like?
Yes.
Excellent. So if there's a trip that's listed at $400 and you can get it for $350, which one would you buy?
Well, I would buy the one for 350, but I don't want to pay a monthly membership.
So you don't travel that often.
Oh yeah, we travel all the time.
Excellent. So why do you think people buy travel memberships? Is it to lose money or save money?
To save money.
Excellent. So do you
Oh
want
my
to
God, that is like a good one. Oh my God. Yeah. Go
Silke,
keep going.
I'm not even in your business. And why is it that
Well, you should be in my business.
no,
You
no, no.
probably would
My
make
point is that why are
shit.
people who are in your business not using this simple psychology? Because they're making it too difficult for you. So my point is that so if it's 300 and 350, 400 and 350. So my question is that if the membership, if you could go on 2 trips and pay for your membership and then everything else is complete savings, would you want that or would you want to continue to pay retail? How much is your annual membership? 175, 200?
No, it's a monthly membership.
Okay, so but how much is it?
It's 119.95, so 120, but it's not, they're not paying
Hang
this.
on, stop.
Okay.
Don't, because this is why things get confusing. Listen, have you ever spent a trip where you went you went on a trip and it was $1,500? Have you ever
Oh
done
yeah,
that?
all the
Okay,
time.
excellent. How if what if a year from now I gave you a gift card that said you can go on any $1,500 trip for free for no fee? Would you want to do that?
Yeah, but that would probably not work
Okay. Why wouldn't it work?
because people always say those things, but then I don't really get them.
Well, why wouldn't do you think I'm one of those people?
Oh, of course. I hope they wouldn't say yes.
Excellent. Anything else before I go? Until you guys value your time as much as I believe you do value your time, until you start showing up and valuing your time, people are going to continue to just beat you up, take advantage of you, and you're going to suffer. I'm just absolutely confounded why we think because we're asking somebody to join us in business that we've got to be a pushover and we've got to become their indentured servant. I will work harder. Listen, I will work harder for you than anyone has ever worked hard for you. But I'm not going to be walked on to be told no. And so that I get mad and go yell at my sheep. That's not going to happen. So there you go. Some things to think about. Any other questions, thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, welcome, welcome.
I will work on that right away.
And don't be surprised if you get the first couple confused. I would record, whether you can audibly record yourself doing this so that you can hear yourself. Well, oh my gosh. Okay. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, takeaways before I let you guys go this morning? Okay. There's today's Wednesday in the books. I love you tons. I'm your head brain training. Let's be in control of our time, misfits. I'll see y'all where?
At the next event.
At the next event. Somebody give me some Costa Ricas.
Ooh, we got
Pura vida.
Vida, we love you, Mark. And some Lydias. Peace.
Peace
Peace
be
be
with you.
with us all.
And the queen of helping you get out of your hallway, Jessie Lee Ward.
Bosley.
Bosley.
We love you, girl. And little white fluffy.
Gurgly,
Gurgly,
gurgly.
gurgly, gurgly.
All right, everybody, go have some fun. We'll see you all tomorrow. Till then.